This is not real.
What's up, man?
This is not real.
How are you, buddy? Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. I have no idea why all of a sudden my garage door isn't opening, but luckily we got it connected to an app and it is so convenient. So today we are actually debuting a brand spanking new truck on the vlog that we have never had in the history of all the trucks that I've ever bought. We're starting to work that list down quite quickly, but this one I can say with confidence we have actually never had, and it is long overdue. I'm extremely excited about getting down to the shop and debuting the truck, but first I gotta show you this site that I'm looking at here in the pole building. It's rather beautiful, especially to my fans of this very specific model. Take a look at what I'm greeted with. To the left, we've got a 2016 Denali in place of my Denali HD, and to the right is Enrique's truck. We had spoke with Enrique last week. I didn't have a chance to debut it on YouTube yet, so here's a quick preface of the call.
Oh, dude, you do not understand how excited I am right now.
Listen, I mean, I would say I'm excited, but I don't know if I'm as excited as you are, bro.
Oh my God, dude.
Do you know why I'm calling you right now?
Yes.
Yeah? Thank you for supporting the brand, man. I appreciate it more than anything in the entire world. Hey guys, what's up, family? Hello, everyone. All right, well, this is pretty cool. I haven't had the chance to tell an entire family that you were drawn as the tentative winner of Dream Diesel Giveaway number 30.
Oh my God, dude.
So that slate blue L5P that's got 9,000 fresh virgin miles on it, it is yours.
Oh my God.
And it's that simple. I mean, there is a document that you'll have to sign.
I'm speechless. When I read Enthusiast, I screamed. My wife can literally scream. I was like, I won.
My man.
What are you talking about? I was like,
Yeah, man, $30,000 in cold hard cash is yours, along with the title of, honestly, one of my favorite trucks. Like, I got a soft spot for DURTYMAXs, especially that body style, that 2017 to 2019 L5P. It's awesome, dude. It's actually, you want to go see it real quick?
absolutely.
Yeah. All right, here, come on. Kind of take you through the offices, a ladder where the magic happens here. Look, man. So here's your truck, bro.
Oh my God. Oh wow. That's a beauty of a truck, man. I've entered a couple because I got a couple T-shirts. No, I've been following, and every time I find one that I really love, I'll enter.
That's awesome.
This was it.
This is your one, man. Thank God you decided to enter this time. You know, sometimes it's not the ones in the past, but in the future, you never know.
Yes, sir.
We're going to be sad to see her go, but we'll be happy to see her leave, man.
Yes, sir. I'll be happy to take her off your hands.
So Enrique's going to be making his way up to Pennsylvania from Oklahoma here later this week or in the beginning of next, so stay tuned for that vlog of him picking up his truck. That's slate blue and comes with $30,000 in cash, and that brings us over to this one. Now, if you want to be like Enrique or any one of our other previous giveaway winners, all you have to do is click the link below, head to Enthusiast, explore your favorite options, and get entered. Because now, your entries get entered for Sarge 2.0, which is probably one of the baddest mega cabs with a whole handful of badass mods, and it comes with the most cash we've ever given away, which is $40,000 cash. The opportunity speaks for itself. The question is, are you getting entered? Why is this truck in place of my Denali, you ask? There was just some routine maintenance that I had to get done on that truck, and I unfortunately didn't want to take the truck that I'm debuting today because that actually has a date elsewhere, and the giveaway truck is very much tied up in media. Today, my agenda has a million things on it. I not only film for you guys to update you with my life, we've got the Instagram component of social media, not only for my personal pages, but both business pages. We've got to ensure that all of the deliverables for enthusiasts are perfectly executed, especially with Mother Nature being a big component of everything that we do with the media side of that business. And then we've got everything going on with Left Lane and all of the amazing customers that are reaching out for some very cool, colorful work. So my good friend Sam from Lancaster Automotive was kind enough to let me leave the Denali there where he brought it over to E-Town Auto Works for them to do some maintenance. And then he sent me on my way with this 2015 Denali. It's set up on some 22x12 TISs, 33-inch wheels, leveled up a little bit. This thing is very clean tinted, and it is my daily for the next few days. You just can't beat the interior of these old 15 to 16s. It's crazy to say that they're old now because you think back and they're nearing almost 10 years old. I mean, 2015, guys, that was 7 years ago. It's closer to 10 years than it is to 5, and that is insane to think about. Little high idle action for you. And yes, if you're wondering, this truck will be for sale at Limeridge very soon, just without one thing, which is all that dirt, which is kind of a byproduct of living in God's country, and I am not at all upset about it, but it will be cleaned off. Now, speaking of Denali's, I hope to have an update for you guys on my 2024 Denali HD, which is that brand new revised body style, in a few weeks. I do have some very exciting news, but I don't want to reveal it all quite yet, mostly because I don't know if I'm actually exactly allowed to do that. But needless to say, you guys are gonna get a very special treat, and I'm so excited about everything that's in the pipeline. So good morning, Left Lane Coatings. Mondays are just such a joyous time, might I add. So we're taking a look at booty number 31, which could have your name written all over it. And the view is something that I would certainly love to get used to if I was you. And then booty number 2. You boys stay. Or do you want to come? You want to stay? You want to come? You look pretty cozy. I'm going to film. I know it's after hours, but we got to update everybody on YouTube. It's been a minute since we've talked to him. He's a good boy. All right, you stay. Look at these two. He's a good boy. Are you a good boy? It is now after hours at the DURTYMAX household. Boys and girls, welcome back up to the shop. The last F450 that I debuted on the channel didn't last all that long because it was a very memorable one at that. It was a really nice white F450 that we had leveled, put some nice 24-inch American Force Evos on, some Ridge grapplers. Had it sitting outside. I just became a new dad. My son was napping, and all of a sudden I got roped into something that I didn't even realize, and then it got repoed. So hopefully this one doesn't get repoed. All jokes aside, this thing's completely squared away from a title perspective, and it is in the company's name. So no stress, no worries, all jokes aside. But when life gives you lemons, you kind of just figure out how to get the juice out of your eye. I present you with the first ever King Ranch that I've ever owned, and on top of that, it is an F450. I'm so excited about this truck. It's a 2022. It's basically brand new. It has actually had one previous owner, but the owner sold it because he got a very early, kind of somewhat special through the grapevine allocation for the 2023, which we all know is the revised body style. This thing, however, has 460 fresh miles on it, and it is essentially unscathed. The only thing that the previous owner did, kind of on my behalf, was tinted. Windshield tint is done and 5% on the sides. It is ready to rock and roll. This truck is absolutely gorgeous. As per usual, this thing is completely fully loaded, which I'm very excited about, but the thing I think that excites me the most is the accentuative interior complement. You guys know that I have a soft spot for a dynamic interior combination that pulls things together, and the King Ranch is no short of an exception. If anything, I think that this kind of is the benchmark, the baseline, and the comparison of the industry, because this interior is absolutely out of this world, outstanding and gorgeous. This saddle red brown interior with the accentuative stitching is something unparalleled and out of this world, and the King Ranch features don't stop there. The branding is unanimous all around the entire interior, here on the center console, on the factory OEM floor mats, of course on the back of the driver passenger side seat, and all the way up in the rear, but little man's car seat's currently blocking it because I'm actually going to surprise him with this truck in the morning. Of course, the 2022 being the biggest improvement ever as far as interiors goes, we've got this massive new forward screen, which is so sick. It has double ding capability to utilize the screen in multiple ways, and as you can see, it's only got 490 miles on it. Yes, it even has all of those little screen protectors that we like to leave in all of our trucks. Now on the outside, this is what's called agate black metallic, I believe is the technical term from the factory for the first black color on the truck, and then I believe they call this a stone gray metallic, which is the typical King Ranch two-tone color. It is a very nice combination, to say the least. It wasn't actually my first choice in truck though. Truthfully, the F450 market is kind of like the golden child of diesel trucks as far as appreciation goes at the current point in time. I think it might have to do, and don't quote me on this, with production being that the F450 has some unique things such as the wide track axle. It is very, very, very hard since the whole pandemic occurred to get an F450. You have to order one, and typically they take anywhere between 6 months to a year to arrive. I don't have 6 months to a year because we typically build our trucks in about a month and a half. So I'd been looking, prowling, and perusing the used market all across 2022, but I did not discover any deals that made sense because these trucks were actually going brand new to upwards of $125,000 to $130,000, where this truck's MSRP fully loaded in the current state that you see it is right around $90,000. It is that crazy, and things blew that out of proportion. If that tells you anything about how out of whack the economy is at the current point in time. A lot of other diesel trucks also appreciated in this crazy buyer's economy, but not to that rate or percentage. Now, this truck happened to be a very good deal because it's essentially new, and I got it for just a little bit over what the previous owner actually purchased it for, which is very, very good news. So the right deal kind of fell into place. And I have to say huge thank you and always the biggest appreciation to Lime Ridge Automotive out here in Mount Joy, Pennsylvania, Lancaster County for helping to somewhat proctor and facilitate the deal, if you will. So those variables at B, black and slate metallic, was not my first pick for the King Ranch. I'm going to be extremely honest with you guys. I really don't like black trucks all that much unless I buy them to wrap them, mostly because taking pictures of them, doing media with them, and all the other things that I love to do with trucks in my life just makes it inherently challenging. To me, a black truck is very good for the baseline of adding new color with some sort of a vinyl wrap to bring out an expression or personality on a truck that you can't get from the factory. But I'm not going to sit here and complain. The deal was absolutely amazing, and the only thing that's kind of somewhat a little bit weird about this truck is, have you noticed it? It actually doesn't have F450 badges, so did I buy an unbranded aftermarket F450? I really don't know what the deal is with these things right here, but it's very strange. It's almost like Ford came up with these bizarre temporary inserts. They're almost like rubberish that go in place of where the actual F450 badge would go as a placeholder. So I'm not really sure if I'm going to get F450 badges from the previous owner or if I'm just going to have Sean from Peach Bottom source them himself. Whatever option seems quicker is probably the route I'm going to go. But has anybody else seen anything like this before? I know there's a lot of strange things that happened throughout COVID, and we're still trying to ask the questions as to the reason why, but the supply shortage is no short of another one of those very strange things. It seemed like these trucks were put on back order for quite a while because of that, but now it just seems like you can get an F450 just, without the official badge. All right, so I got a few polls for you guys. Number one, what is your favorite iteration on the King Ranch Power Strokes? So please drop your preference. All right, did you guys have enough time to answer that King Ranch question? Perfect. Number two, what color wheels would you like to see on this truck? Would you like to see black ones, or would you like to see polished? I need to know because I want you guys to have the say in this build. I also want to take that as a caveat to really apologize to you guys that I haven't been filming more detailed build videos on the trucks that we like to put together and play with here on the channel. I'm not one to make excuses by any means. If anything, I do the exact opposite of that, and I don't speak, rather I just take action and I do exactly what it is that I want to get done. So when you're a doer rather than an excuser, you tend to run out of one very precious commodity or asset, and that's time. Making videos when you're filming every single little detail of the build's assembly process is quite time consuming. Now, as we're all pressed for the same amount of time in each day, some of my time has been allocated to some of my other bigger projects versus just putting lift kits on trucks. Now, we still get all that stuff done with a very, very good team, in which I love very much. I love all of my employees, all of my staff. It's just that I typically like to be the one that kind of runs the YouTube channel, if you will, and we still have some pretty crazy tight deadlines. It's just, unfortunately, sometimes I can't take the time, the precious thing that we just discussed, to update you all about them. But I'm going to do my absolute best to bring that all back when I'm able on the channel, and you have my word on that. You've also might have noticed that my YouTube upload schedule is a little bit spotty, and that's truly because of the exact same reasons. It's no excuse, it's just I really like to allocate a lot of my time to a lot of really amazing things in my life, and typically at night once little Jack's asleep, I have some time to catch up on things, and I'd like to start to integrate uploads from time to time again, especially as it starts to stay lighter later. All right, now that we got that out of the way, you guys can also see we did our first mod to this truck, which is our go-to 20 enthusiast rock lights on a crew cab 8-foot bed truck. We got 3 along the sides, 2 in each wheel well, 2 in the front, and 2 in the back to make 20 all the way around. Look at this interior, my God, is it beautiful. Now, I just wanted to show you this thing all lit up because the lights on an F450 and truly just the presence of an F450 are in a league of its own. And maybe that's why it carried this crazy value thing that we had discussed earlier. You may want to call 2023 the year of the dually because I'm on a crazy dually kick trying to make up for my lack of dualies in 2022. So now we got DDG 31, which is an insane gloss army green Laramie Mega Cab dually, the top trim in its class, if you will. And now we've got one of these to follow in suit, and they can be brothers for a little while. And I wanted to change it up just a little bit to ask you guys about the direction that we should go on this build, just to get some pointers as to where your heads are at as we tear into this thing here very, very soon. Ozzy's ready, dude. You want to see this thing at night, bro? Now that is what I'm talking about. Why do I still get nervous making these calls? Oh, denied, bro.
He actually denied it?
Let me shoot him a message. We were just about to call a winner.
Now it's a party.
Now it's a party. What's up,
Let's
dude?
go.
That's my train.
That's your train. You can go ahead and play with it if you like.
Oh, it's so beautiful out.